Welcome back. JJK chapter 236, heading south. I guess I picked the perfect spot to stop. It's seeming we're getting a flashback right in the middle of the fight, which is probably going to reveal something tragic about us. Yo. No friggin' way. Could things get any worse? How rude. Right after seeing me. I told one of my students, did I? That when it's your time, you die alone. Please just tell me this is my imagination. Does it matter either way? It does. And then there's the other fact of his father. Oh. Well, I already asked Shoko to handle that. So how was the King of Curses? Man, he was crazy strong. Plus, Sukuna didn't even go all out. Gojo die? I'm not sure I could have beaten him, even if he didn't have Megami's 10 Shadows. Whoa, he's that strong? That he made you admit that? I do feel a little bit sorry for him, though. I can empathize with the magnitude of his sheer solitude more than anyone else. I love everyone, and don't feel lonely now. But somewhere along the way, there was a line I drew. Not as a human, but as a living creature. Could make a flower bloom. You can admire it. But you can't tell that flower, I want you to understand me. The skills I drilled into this tempered body of mine, my refined senses, even my haphazard tactics and explosive power, I gave it my all. I wanted to convey everything to Sukuna. I wanted him to know. The absolute strongest. The loneliness that follows. The one who will teach you about love is... It was fun. But Sukuna wasn't able to give it his all, and for that I'm sorry. You're making me jealous. But if you're satisfied, then that's alright. Satisfied? If you were among those patting my back, then I might have been satisfied. Anyway, I'm just glad I didn't die because of old age or some kind of illness, but rather because of someone stronger. What are you, an old military general? Oh. No. No one thinks like that nowadays. It's creepy. Huh? But I guess that's the reason you're able to live longer than me. All with a margin of error. For both of you. It's like I told Gato a long time ago. Why not just let you take care of everything from yourself from now on? You live for Jujutsu. You don't wield it to protect something. Use it solely for the sake of satisfying yourself. You're a weirdo. Nanami. Everyone thinks that, but no one says it out loud. Haibara, you're annoying me more than he does. Sorry. I mean, it's not like you're wrong. You clearly admitted to it earlier just now. That was a worthy end of you. I won't condone it, but I can sympathize. Well, thanks. And how was yours? Well, I butted into it. A curse can save people too, just like Jujutsu. In the past, this is what Miss May said when I asked her about recommendations for leaving the country. If you want to start anew, head north. If you want to return to your old self, head south. Without hesitation, I chose somewhere south. I'm such a backwards-looking person, and yet I bet on the future. My final moment. It wasn't a bad one at all. I've also got Haibara to thank... it wasn't a bad one at all. I've also got Haibara to thank for that. You're welcome. I see. Perez, wasn't there supposed to be no such thing as a sorcerer dying without any regrets? Oh. I pray that this isn't just my imagination. How? He just... off-screened. I thought it was going to be maybe 3 panels, but... Dude. You can't even tell, like, you can... It's not in color, but you can tell the light, the blue, has left his eyes, you know? The light in it, at least. That just speaks to Gege's strength as an artist. This is incredible. Mahoraga's adaptation process slowly starts analyzing once it receives an initial attack, and is complete after a certain amount of time. During that process, it receives additional attacks. The completion time is sped up. Not only does it ensure adaptation of the first Jujutsu, but the analysis doesn't stop and the adaptation continues. What I desired from Mahoraga was a model in order for me to breach through your invulnerability. The first time that Mahoraga adapted to your invulnerability, it transmuted its own cursed energy in order to neutralize and nullify your invulnerability. That was something I could not do, so I waited. I waited until I could obtain adaptation that would match your invulnerability. The second adaptation proceeded as I had hoped. That wasn't meant to be a slash like the ones I launched. It was the extension of the curse technique targets. Its target was not Satoru Gojo. It extended all the way to space, existence, and the world themselves, so as to cut them. Dude. He died standing. Without regard for your invulnerability, as long as it exists inside that space, that world, those existences would split apart. It was an incredibly difficult technique to attain, but I did have the quite wonderful model. You are magnificent, Satoru Gojo. I shall never forget you for as long as I live. Without taking any time to mourn the death of Satoru Gojo, I feel great. Don't you dare spoil it. Soaring toward the battlefield was the god of lightning, Hajime Kashimo. Well, he did call first dibs. Here they come. Far above Kashimo, who had jumped from 203 meters above ground, appeared a giant block of ice and the frozen star known as Urame. Someone's above me? Sorry, but I made a promise, so I gotta stop you. That's news to me. Ice formation. Domain expansion. Yeah, it sure is. Hikari's domain captured Urame, but the block of ice continued to fall. The ice was merely a means of delivery. In exchange for a desperate binding vow, Yorozu had constructed the item that appeared within the melting block of ice. Curse Tool's Supreme Martial Solution. Its effect was strangely just like old times. The characteristics of Kashimo's cursed energy. Sukuna. Provide resistance to electricity. Did you become the strongest sorcerer, or were you born that way? Hey, it's just like the other guys. Beats me, but I bet I was a creepy kid. If you've never known weakness, how can you interact with others, or ever show kindness? I couldn't do it. Others were brittle clods of earth to me. So then tell me, must strength be lonely? Are the strong cursed to wander in search of limitless power? Greedy bastard. Satoru Gojo was just like that too. I'll tell you. So bring it on, departed spirit. A technique release. Mythical beast Amber. He actually hit him. Whoa. Screaming. Well, that was loud. Mythical beast Amber reconstructs flesh in order to manifest phenomena that Kashimo converts from cursed energy. Improved agility due to increased activity of electric signals in brain. Sound waves that optimize and attune for the natural frequencies of substances. Electromagnetic waves that vaporize irradiated objects. Kashimo's body manifests these phenomena and has passed beyond the human realm. But after completion of this cursed technique, Kashimo's flesh collapses. Sukuna has a way to repair flesh only once, besides reverse curse technique. He can do so by resuming transformation, as a curse taking fleshy form, which he had purposefully interrupted before. So he's resuming his natural transformation. Dude, he looks so cool. Using X-ray vision to analyze Ryoma and Sukuna was what Kashimo saw was perfection. Even when performing cursed gestures, the hands remained unfettered, and when chanting a curse, his heart and lungs remained unburdened. Sukuna's extra arms and mouths provide an immense advantage over other sorcerers. His physical form may be greatly deformed, but that doesn't impede him in any way. Armed with both his physique and the curse tools known as Supreme Martial Solution and Hiten, Sukuna annihilated the Sun, Moon, and Stars squad and the 5 empty generals serving the northern Fujiwara clan, and routed the Abe clan's elite forces, which included angels and the Deshi pacification squad composed of Sugawara clan remnants. Ah, to have achieved so much. How beautiful. Ah, gah! Dragon scales, repulsion. Evade this. Pair with falling stars. Dismantle. Holy moly. This is what finished the Katara Gojo. It's a slash that cuts the world? Holy. So he literally, when he cut through Gojo, he literally reached out to the edge of space and time. Or space. So it's literally a cut that goes on forever. Sick. Awesome. A fool once preached to me about love. She said I didn't know love and was lonely like none other. I got the point, but it still hurt. She had the wrong guy. She'd have done better preaching to you or Gojo. Then again, with you guys, it's not so much that you didn't know, just you can't understand. What are you trying to say? You're strong, right? Many fierce fighters must have challenged you, with all their strength and spiritual might. But they never cursed you. They wanted your recognition, so they could know their worth, but you butchered them. All while wondering how to treat others with care. If that isn't loving kindness, then what is? Oh. Others love us for our strength, and we respond to that love. Yet solitude troubles you. That's why I called you greedy. Then are you satisfied? If so, why divide your soul and cross the ages as cursed objects? I understand, love, and I say to you, love is worthless. I never needed to satisfy anyone to satisfy me. I eat when I want to eat, play with what amuses me, and kill whoever's in my way. I live as benefits my nature. If no one can grasp that, then there's their problem. Doesn't that get old? No. Every human has a unique and fleeting taste, which makes devouring them a perfect way to pass time until death. Here he comes, huh? But what can a little boy hope to accomplish here? Higuruma! My king! Okay. Who all's falling from the sky here? Okay, we got Yuji, Urame, Higuruma, and Hikari. I feel like Yuta's got a big get here. Oh, if we're going to be switching scenes... Okay, we'll keep going for the time being. What the hell is going on? Is this an act of desperation because the culling games didn't go as planned? Each additional rule to the culling games took it further from the bloodbath it was intended to be. It's probably because the awakened sorcerers were reluctant to kill, so boredom led to soldiers invading the colonies. And even that wasn't enough for him. So now what? What does Kenjaku want? He prolonged past sorcerers' lives as cursed objects and gave them a second chance at life. But now he wants to take that away. Talk about cruel. If something tastes bland, add seasoning. If it's too rich, dilute it. To me, you guys are like seasoning or water. No emotion necessary. Huh. I'm unusually dispassionate, but I do detest needless waste. How do you know where the players are? Tracking isn't hard once you've tagged the reincarnated sorcerers with cursed objects and awakened sorcerers with cursed seals. Not that I've had to. They've been surprisingly reluctant to leave their colonies. Adapting to sorcery and getting hunted down are both unattractive options. She's already dead. But you're still talking. Is that typical for people who's lived as long as you? Who's talking? Notification of points is no longer happening. Well, I don't have many friends left. But maybe you could be my friend. Hazenoki. Who? Yeah, right. Great, but there are conditions. 1 must never bore me. 2, you must be my equal. I was joking. You took that seriously? I've had enough of friends with long hair. Oh, that's too bad. Wait a moment. Oh, I see. Extension of curse technique targets. Looking good. Aw, he lost. If Gojo had won, he'd come for you next. I could have expected backup. I wouldn't count on any. I've used barrier techniques to conceal cursed spirits around myself and Shinjuku. They're on the lookout for certain things. One is cursed energy volume. If even one leaves, I'll know it. I know the aggregate cursed energy for all the sorcerers in Shinjuku at all times. Okotsu, who's number 2, is especially easy to notice. Of course, I have shared vision with all the cursed spirits, so I can see what they can see. In addition to Maki Zenin, a physically gifted awakened type, there's Meimei's younger brother, who I suspect has a cursed technique for spatial transference, which means I can't only be on guard against sorcerers. So you ready to run at any time? Lacking confidence, huh? My point is just that the two of us, this character we've never seen before, do you really think you can stand against me until help arrives? Toss. Can you just pluck out his eyeball? Yeah. I know you can use reverse curse technique. That's why I aimed for your head. Even if you struck. Even if you suck. You are one of the reincarnated ones, aren't you? Too bad this way you can't apply reverse curse technique from the neck down. Like the woman said. Like the woman said. What do you want? Huh. Oh, I didn't tell you? I'm talkative, so I forget what I say, especially if it's to someone I don't care about. I'm ending the Golden Game. Killing all the players is the binding vow. Then I'll activate a mass merger of people of Japan with the highest being that is Tengen. I don't get it. Don't you want to see what you haven't seen? Don't you want confirmation that what you think is actually interesting? Is that not what life is about? Beats me. You can eat it for all I care. Seriously? At last, I have arrived in Hakodate. No, this is Owate. Has he come to fight me on his own? I don't see crows. Okay. Takaba means that Kenjaku... I mean, let's be honest. Takaba is a little bit of fodder. Like, he's not a very important character, but, like, he literally has reality warping abilities. So, I feel like, honestly, send him against Sukuna. But then again, there's not much funny about Sukuna. Has he come to fight me on his own? I don't see crows. Does that mean Mei isn't watching? Judging from the cursed energy levels, perhaps the younger brother's cursed technique is responsible for the sudden appearance. The choice of assassin makes no sense. Which is disturbing, but... Awakened players bore me. I'm just here to fill out the player roster. The only one I sense any potential in is Hiromi Higuruma. Damn, Monk. You trying to kill me? Now you've done it. I'll toss you in the clink, so get ready. What? What just happened? I've never sensed this before. I feel like my attack worked, but it didn't have an effect. The world is full of thrills, and the most thrilling of them all is when comedians who are only paid to pad out the cast end up stealing the show. Indeed, I don't disagree. Okay. I think we're going to leave it there for now. That's, again, about 20 minutes. And let's just see what's next. Maybe a sneak peek. Oh, beautiful. Dude, look at that. That is some awesome artwork. That is so cool. Yuta's so pale. Or maybe it's just... Yeah, it's Yuta's pale and Hikari is pink. Okay. Very good. Awesome, awesome stuff. Dude, I did not know Takaba versus Kenjaku was the fight I needed to see in my life. But I'm actually very excited for that. One complete mastermind against the one person who nothing sensible will work against. Perfect. Honestly, great choice. I can't really believe Gojo's dead. Like, he's the most popular. He's the strongest. He didn't even have a chance to pass any, like, will to our main characters. So in some way, shape, or form, he will get a message across. I'm absolutely positive of it. A message, if not come back. Because I feel like he's going to be, like... Honestly, it would be perfect if he took Sukuna with him. Like, down with him. Yuji and the others are able to fight and free. Honestly, I'm thinking about it. If Higuruma is able to strike Sukuna with the Executioner's Sword, Sukuna's the guilty one that's being judged. So it would kill him and leave Megumi behind. A traumatized Megumi, but a traumatized Megumi is better than no Megumi at all. So, anyway, enough blabbering. I will talk to y'all later. Thank you so much for joining me.